Woohoo! The Packers win again, 23-20 in Green Bay against the Chargers. It was a great game to be at. Made a couple of videos towards the end of the day, so check those out. But it was a great day. Many things to work on going forward. Of course, not a perfect game by any means, but a win is a win. And for such a young team in the Green Bay Packers, wins like this can go a very long way and can be very valuable. It is way better to win like this than just to tank like a loser franchise like the Panthers or the Bears, something like that. It's way better to win like that than just to suck and suck and suck and just hope one magical player will turn your whole franchise around. This is a team sport, and that just doesn't happen, although it has been working very well in Houston. But Packers win. Let's get into it. Sure, lots of injuries today. Aaron Jones goes out. Emmanuel Wilson hurt his shoulder. And by all accounts I met before, it doesn't seem like it's a bad injury for Aaron Jones. He won't be out too long, but we'll find out more with the imaging tomorrow. Of course, Chargers left Joey Bosa early on in the game. Lost Joseph Day at one point. That hurt a lot. And just injuries left and right. Again, injuries are just a way of life in football. It just seems to be happening more and more often. And the Lambeau field is one of the better fields in the NFL. It's a mix of turf and grass. It's not just pure turf, which seems to be a lot of the issues that a lot of players have. But Jordan Love was pretty good today. Had over 300 yards. Sprint was 27 for 40. No interception, which is good. But he still had the same problem. Still has issues trying to get the ball out at times and throwing the ball high enough so they don't get blocked down. A couple batted balls. His deep ball seems to be getting somewhat better. Again, a large problem for Jordan Love. Can we really see how good he is if players are constantly dropping balls left and right? It is infuriating how many balls are dropped on a gamely basis. It's just like I know these guys are young, but they're still professional players. They should not be dropping the ball as much as they are. It seems like you have at least 3 or 4 every game. And maybe that's the average for most teams. It just seems like I know it. I'm a Packer fan, and I'm under 30, so I've known a lot of success with the Packers who had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks playing, but it's just something that's hard to get used to. And I think he's definitely getting better day by day. He still made good throws. Made a couple of great throws to Watson and Dobbs for touchdowns. Again, like I said, no interceptions, but still things that definitely need to be worked on. Jaden Reed had that early touchdown, fake handoff, great play, end around. And usually for the Packers, that play does not work, but it worked to perfection, and they got a touchdown. The Packers actually ran that play a couple times with some pretty good results, which I don't know what happened. The blocking seemed a little better at times today. Also broke down at many points as well. Love got sacked a couple times. Yes, at least one of them was on Jordan Love for sure. But again, how good can Jordan Love be if his offensive line isn't a sieve? They held up for the most part today, other than a couple of plays, but still some procedural penalties, false starts. There wasn't a lot of holding penalties today, so that's good. But there wasn't any false starts on the offensive line, which is good. Or there weren't any offsides on the offensive line, I should say. Watson had his first touchdown, or had a first touchdown in a while, so that's great. Dobbs had a touchdown, like I said, good as well. Jaden Reed had that end around. Sucks that Aaron Jones went down, but the Packers were still able to move the ball fairly well. A.J. Dillon has just been pretty average for most of the year. He's been a serviceable role, and now going into Thursday's game, he's going to need to really run the ball well if they're going to have any chance of beating the Lions, who came back against the Bears. I should mention this, as I was leaving the stadium here with my family, there are lots of fans shouting the Bears still suck after learning how the Bears lost, which, yes, the Bears truly do suck. I'm sure a lot of people thought like an hour before the game said anyway, Packers would be in sole possession of 4th place and the Bears would move into 3rd. It's like, ha ha ha, not so fast. The Bears found a way to choke it up And sure enough, they choked it up in spectacular fashion, which is always fun to see. Suck it, Bears fans. Your team is awful. You're not going to be good until the McCaskeys sell the team. Unfortunately, such a well-known family. But back to the Packers. The defense uh, had their moments today. A couple sacks, or a couple times where interceptions could have happened. It feels like the refs were just making up calls at times today. It seems like this can be more and more frequent all around the NFL, where refs are just dropping flags for no reason, just stops momentum. It's like nobody comes to the football game to watch refs drop flags. Like, let them play, be consistent. There's but yeah, there's many times where the defense just whiffed on Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert had a pretty good day running the ball. I would not put that loss on Justin Herbert. There are many times where the defense was nearly had a sack on Justin Herbert, only for him to turn it into like a 10, 15-yard gain. It's like unacceptable. I've never seen a team like the Packers miss the quarterback so much on a sack. It happened like 3 or 4 separate times a day where they just whoop and just or they overcommit instead of staying back. It's good to rush the quarterback, and the Packers defense depends on pass rush at times to rush the quarterback because the corners and the secondary aren't that great. So it's up to the linebackers and the defensive line to actually get to the quarterback, and it just sucks that there were several times today where it just overcommitted. Devondre Campbell missed a couple. Sean Gary missed one. Gary did get a sack though, so that's good. He hasn't had one for a couple of weeks, but overcommitting and not staying back allowed the Chargers a couple of times to have a couple beautiful throws to Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen had a pretty good day considering his injury. They held Ekeler in check, which was definitely a good thing. The fact that they kept Ekeler in check besides that one run was huge for them. Had Ekeler had a big day, the Packers certainly would not have won this game. They certainly would not have. The fact that Ekeler had that fumble at the end definitely sparked the Packers' comeback a little bit. And it was a good day overall. Definitely many things to improve on, especially with the Thursday game, the Thanksgiving game in Detroit looming. I don't know if the Packers are going to win that game. Probably not. Probably would go with the Lions right now. But I don't know why I have this feeling. Just have this feeling that Packers will somehow find a way to beat the Lions because the Lions get overconfident. Now, sure enough, the Lions won today, so that's a good thing that the Packers aren't going into Detroit after the Lions had lost. They came back and won, so maybe they're a little cocky thinking they can overcome. Maybe the Packers can surprise them. I'm not sure how likely it is. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be putting out my weekly predictions and weekly Packer preview this week and have those up sometime Tuesday and Wednesday, just so at least I can get the picks out for the Thursday games out. I'll put out the full video for the picks by then, but there's 3 games coming up on Thursday. And of course, the Packers with the first one, they haven't played on Thursday for a while, and we know in the past that the Lions have beaten up on the Packers at times on Thanksgiving, but maybe the Packers can return the favor. The Lions are clearly the better team, but maybe, just maybe, the Lions can shock the world. But let me know what you think in the comments below about the game today. I uploaded a couple plays at the end of the game of the Packers' final touchdown to Dobbs that ended up proving to be the end of the game. One more point. The play calling at the end of the game. I know the Packers are just playing safely for the win. LaFleur wasn't going to go for it, and the Packers did ultimately win, but Packers probably should have gone for it on 3rd and 6 or something earlier. Sure, it would have allowed them to have another timeout, but where's the ballsiness? Where's the willingness to just outright win the game for the Packers? This Packers coaching staff, it's just not there. 3rd and 6, they have one timeout left, and or a little over a minute left. What are the chances that they're going to come back and win it? I know playing it safe worked out, but there's no killer instinct in the staff. The Packers haven't had a killer instinct in a coaching staff for a while. They need Their next head coach needs to be someone with killer instinct and just a willingness to go for it. Not every time, mind you, just have to be smart, but the ballsiness to be able to make a play or call a play, make a decision to just outright win the game instead of trying not to lose. Try to win the game and try not to lose is what I hope the Packers' next coach will be, because to be honest, LaFleur will probably be around the rest of this year and probably next year unless something drastically changes with Mark Murphy going into retirement after next season is completed. Um, but really need some more killer instinct in that locker room. Need some more direction. And it'd be nice to have a couple veteran players to lead this young set. Show these young players how to catch or something like that, because some of them at times have not known how to drop the ball. There's just like, where are your hands? Hands of stone. But that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have a great day. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. No requirement, but if you truly do like it, it really does help. But have a great day. God bless, and go Pack Go.